Hi everyone. In today's video, we will know about Amazon Redshift. So, what is Amazon Redshift? Why it's important? How it works? And why we introduced the Amazon Redshift like that? So, let's move to agenda and see one by one. So, in this class, we will learn what is AWS Redshift, why it's important, and the key features, architecture, advantages, and the use cases, and AWS Redshift pricing model. And lastly, we will see the demo on AWS Redshift. Let's move to the what is Amazon Redshift. So, Amazon Redshift basically is a data warehouse repository where data structures are fetching the data. And also why we introduce this Amazon Redshift means it's a cloud-based service. It collecting and storing the data. It enables user to analyze the data using tools, and also it's a time-consuming and data registry and lot of information it includes. Like that. So let's see the Amazon Redshift is a cloud-based data warehouse service that helps store, manage, and analyze the large amounts of data. So I've already told that it's a cloud-based service. It collecting and storage of the data, storing the data. So it helps to store, manage, and analyze the large amount of data. And it is designed to handle the large volumes of structured and semi-structured data, making it ideal for running the complex queries and analytics on the big data. So it's the Redshift are designed to handle the large volume of both structured and semi-structured data. It's for including the ideal for running the complex queries and analytics on the big data. The next is Redshift allows user to easily store and analyze the petabytes of data using its massively parallel processing architecture. So which distributes the queries across multiple nodes to ensure the fast performance. In the architecture, I will explain with the multiple nodes to ensure the performance. So that's why Amazon Redshift is important to using the massively parallel processing architecture. So it distributes queries across multiple nodes. So and it's a fast performance. So this is all about the what is Amazon Redshift. So the next is why it's important. So why it's important means it's a costless and the performance and fastest availability and scalability, security, flexibility. That's why it's important. So in the definition, we will see AWS Redshift is a powerful choice for business looking to manage and analyze the large volume of data due to its scalability, cost effectiveness, and performance. So while in the business managing and while analyzing the data, so the large volume of data is essentials. So to store the large volume of data, the Amazon Redshift is necessary, and it's a scalability and cost effectiveness and the highly performance. So that's why it's important. The next is it's a fully managed nature. In the definition, I've told that it's a structured and semi-structured data. So Redshift eliminates the complexity of setting up, managing, and scaling a data warehouse, and it allowing the organization to focus on insights rather than the infrastructure. The next is a columnar storage, parallel processing capabilities, and advanced compression techniques. It provides the fast query performance even on massive dataset. So it's a columnar storage means it's a additional concepts. It contain in the additional concepts they contain two concepts. One is the columnar storage and another one is the compression. So in the columnar storage, it helps to query performance and quicker output. So when we need to write the performance and the query, so it's a getting quicker output. That's why we are using the columnar storage in the Redshift. And compression technique, it decreases the storage requirement and improve the performance. So that's why we are using these two additional concepts in the Amazon Redshift. That's why it's important. The next is key features. So what are the main key features we are using? So the key features are scalable architecture, SQL query engine, high performance, data sharing, integration. The scalable architecture. So it's a scale storage and compute independently, and SQL query engine. It compatible with the PostgreSQL and high performance. It columnar storage and data compression is high performance. In why it's important, I've already told that it's columnar storage is a query performance and the quicker output. In the compression, it decreases the storage requirements and improve the performance. The data sharing, it's secure sharing across accounts and regions. So data sharing, we can share the data with the help of securely we can share across different accounts, and the while different region also we can share. The next is integration. It connects to BI tool and the AWS services. So in the data integration means it can easily integrate data from the diverse sources like Amazon S3, DynamoDB, and relational databases. So in this AWS service, and also we can connect to the BI tools also. So these are all the key features of Redshift. Then move to the architecture of Amazon Redshift. So the architecture of Amazon Redshift combines the clusters that we called as a data warehouse cluster. So basically we are calling as Redshift as a data warehouse cluster. So this is the combination of the combines of the clusters, so that we called as data warehouse cluster. So here we can see the combines of clusters, that is ODBC and JDBC and ODBC, and it has some of the compute nodes. So here we can see it has some of compute nodes which does data processing, and so this compute nodes does the data processing. Leader node does which gives the instructions to those compute nodes. So leader nodes helps to give instruction to the compute nodes. The compute nodes does the data processing, and the leader nodes also basically manages the client applications that require data from the Redshift. So the client application will require the data from the Redshift, that file leader node also manages. So it gives the instruction to compute nodes and also manages the client application that require the data from the Redshift. So the architecture of Amazon Redshift is combines the clusters. So the clusters are called as JDBC and ODBC. So the client application, so coming from the first client application, here we can see the client application of Amazon Redshift interacts using two drivers. So client application using the two drivers, it can interact. So the two drivers are, one is JDBC and another one is ODBC. So the JDBC connection, so coming to JDBC, so Amazon Redshift services can monitor the connection from other application using the JDBC connection. The JDBC can monitor the connection from other applications. So client application or any other application, it connect the monitors. So using the JDBC connection, it's a Java database connection. The next is ODBC. So the ODBC is a open database connection, right? So it allows the user directly from any application to interact with live data of Amazon Redshift. So JDBC allows can monitor connection. The ODBC allows any user directly from any application to interact with the live data of the Amazon Redshift. So this is the JDBC and ODBC. The next is nodes. So the Amazon Redshift has a set of computing resources called as nodes. So the set of computing resources are called as nodes. So the compute node are 1 to n number of compute nodes they can interact. So that set of computing resources are called as a nodes. So the nodes are coming the data warehouse cluster, right? So Amazon Redshift has a set of computing resources. Here we can see compute nodes 1 to n. So it can a set of computing resources called nodes, so which is gathered into a group called as a data warehouse clusters. So these nodes are called as set of computing resources that which can gather into a group called as a data warehouse cluster. So the next is each cluster has one or more databases. So data warehouse clusters are group of the Data warehouse are called as cluster. So each one of the cluster has one or more databases. The next is leader nodes. Then the leader node helps to manage the interaction between the client application and compute nodes. So the leader node interaction between client and as well as compute nodes, it analyzes and develops the designs in order to carry out the database operations. So it analyzes and develop design to require to the order, so client's order to carry out the database operations. The next is compute node, right? So the compute node executes the program and shares the result back to the leader node for a final aggregation. So the leader node gives the gives the instructions to the compute node. Thus compute node executes the program as well as take an instruction from leader node, and once the execution is done, it shares the results back to the leader node, so for the final aggregations. The node slice. So then these node slides work in parallel in order to finish their work. So the node slicer work in the way of the parallel, so to finish their work. So this is all about the architecture of Amazon Redshift. It starts from client application. So the client application helps to interact with two ways, that is two drivers, that is JDBC and ODBC. So the JDBC are taken connection the monitor services. The ODBC, it's a open service, right? So that's why take any applications and it can easily connect their applications. The next is nodes. So there is a number of 1 to n number of nodes it contains. So it contains a group of databases. It's called as a data warehouse clusters. The next is each cluster has one or more databases, and a leader node is interact and manage the compute node and delivers the designs to the database aggregations. So compute node executes the program and share results back to the leader node to approval, to final approval. And this last one is node slice, right? So the node slides work in parallel to finish their work. So this is all about the architecture of Amazon Redshift, how it starts and how it's work, using the drivers, compute nodes, and how data warehouse cluster helps to store, and the way of working the Amazon Redshift. This is all about the architecture. Then let's move to the next slide, that is advantages. So the advantages are high performance, scalability, low cost, flexibility, security, availability, and integration. The high performance speed we called as. So Redshift is a fast and can handle the large amount of data, and it can process complex queries quickly and provide the result in real time. So it uses the massive parallel processing technology and efficient compression techniques. The next is scalability. So Redshift can scale up or down based on your needs, and you can add or remove the nodes to meet changes in your data volumes and query loads. So scalability works based on our needs of it, and it can easily add and remove the nodes based on the changes in your data volumes, and also it can handle the growing demand efficiently. So the next is cost is less or low cost, right? So it's only the pricing model is pay as you. So the work we have done, the only to charge only for that. So it's a pay as you go. The next is flexibility. So you can scale both storage and compute power separately to accommodate the data volumes and query instantly, and we can as easily add more nodes to a cluster. So it supports wide range in the flexibility. It supports wide range of SQL queries, it including the complex analytics and uses to explore data from different angles. So that is very flexible. So it can work wide range of the queries. The next is security. So it provides more secure way, so no one can easily access. The next is availability. So you can easily share using the BI tools or any other AWS services. It can be easily available. to the nodes. The next is integration. The Redshift integrates with other AWS services such as AWS Data Pipeline and Amazon S3 and the AWS Glue, DynamoDB, like that. And also it can integrate it with the data lakes such as Amazon S3. So these are the main advantages. So the next is use cases. So the main use cases are business intelligence, data warehousing, lag analysis, big data transition, and also it contains real-time analytics, machine learnings. That are all the use cases of the Amazon Redshift. So coming to business intelligence, it building reports and dashboards to help the businesses make the decisions. So in the building intelligence, Redshift helps to building the reports and dashboards. So it helps to the businesses to make any decision. So the next is data warehousing. It's storing, managing and analyzing the large volumes of data. The next is log analysis. It analyzing the large amount of log data to learn about user behavior. The next is data sharing. Like big data transition or data sharing. So big data transition means it's moving from traditional system to cloud solutions. So we know, right, the cloud storage are separate from the devices storage. So it moving the traditional system to cloud solutions. The next is data sharing. It collaborating on research of data securely. These are all the use cases. The next is pricing model. The pricing model is in three ways. One is on-demand pricing, and the next one is reserved instance, and last one is concurrency scaling. So in the on-demand pricing, it's pay as you go. So the all the instances are Redshifts we are using, so we only pay for that amount. So the next is reserved instances. It's a long-term savings. Like we can using the instances of which one is a free tier, like that. So the next is concurrency scaling. It's pay only when scaling. So when we are working on the scaling resources, we only pay for that. So these are the pricing models. So this is all about the theory part. So let's move to the demo and see how Amazon Redshift works.